The Valley rancher says in uncertain times, he and other ranchers are working to set up new markets for exporting.
Channel 5's Frank McCaffrey tells us he's looking for a way to replenish his profits after a tough season.
Mike England says his Mercedes agricultural business suffered this year. His cotton crop was devastated by drought and flooding, so he needs his cattle to make up for the loss. He's also worried about what will happen in trade negotiation with Mexico and the trade war with China.
We never know. It seems like once politicians get involved in things, how things are going to turn out.
He says his top client outside of the United States is Mexico, so he's monitoring NAFTA negotiations with the hope they won't block his trade with our neighbors to the south. To be safe, he's looking at other nations.
There's countries out there that we need to be pursuing their markets even more so than we have in the past. Some of them are starting to step up to the plate too. Japan could be a big player in it. You know, the more beef they buy, the better price maybe overall.
England says that certain parts of cattle have very limited value here in the valley, but have a huge value in different parts of the world.
Here in the Rio Grande Valley, sure, intestines are eaten, but it's a small quantity overall compared to what maybe their country would, like a country like Japan would probably utilize a lot of it.
Channel 5 News reached out to beef industry research firm CattleFax in Centennial, Colorado. Its CEO, Randy Block, spoke with us over the phone. He says Mexico is a key market for not just Mike England, but ranchers around the country. Block says he wants NAFTA negotiations and uncertainty surrounding their outcome to end, so ranchers and other suppliers can get back to business as usual with our neighbors to the south. He says while we wait to hear what happens, it is best for Mike England and others to look for other markets. He agrees with the rancher that Japan is the right place to start.
Japan doesn't have the land mass there to be able to grow everything they need to grow, so they rely pretty heavily on the U.S. for supplying the high-quality meat products that we put into that country.
Block says China is reopened to U.S. beef exports but has too many restrictions on what can be exported. He also says Europe does not have much of a demand for American beef. So he summarizes they are not the right places for England to go. England says he'll keep focusing on Japan. In Mercedes, Frank McCaffrey, Channel 5 News at 6.
Japanese beef export numbers are growing this year. This is a Channel 5 News Extra, according to the U.S. Meat Export Federation. Japan imported $854 million worth of U.S. beef from January to June of this year, a 19% increase from the same time back in 2017. U.S. exports of beef to Mexico also increasing for the same time frame. Mexico so far importing $392 million worth of beef this year from the U.S.